Okay, hello guys. Today we are going to see how we can integrate Salesforce with Java Spring and JSPs, Java Server Pages. So, first of all, we need a basic knowledge about Salesforce. Salesforce is a cloud that is used for business and clients and dealing with clients basically. And sometimes there's the standard objects. I'll show you. Okay. So this is how your Salesforce home look like. There is 4 standards objects in Salesforce, namely accounts, leads, contacts and opportunities. So accounts are basically the organizations that you're currently dealing with. Contacts is the person, is details about the person who is your friend or your contact in that particular organization. Okay, then next is leads. Leads basically leads is the uncertain organizations that can or cannot become your dealing party basically. So, and the last one is opportunities. Opportunities are the leads that you have converted into successful accounts. Like first of all, whenever a new organization comes, it comes in your leads. Lead basically it is a possibility that you can or you cannot deal with this organization. Once you have a proper dealing with this organization, it becomes an opportunity. And after you make a contact with a person in that organization, the details for the person comes in contacts, and that organization comes in your accounts. So today, and if you want to add new accounts, new contacts, new leads or new opportunities, you can simply go over to any of these tabs, and there is this new option. Okay, so my net is a little slow over here. Okay, so here you can see. Okay. Here you can see accounts tab. Here recent accounts. You can see the new option. You can simply click over here, and you can fill these information. The red ones are the required information. It's written over here, and you can add a new account over here. Okay, it's that very simple. So today our focus will be how to add a new account from Java, not from here but from Java. So basically we are going to do this using the REST API. So if you have a little knowledge about REST API, we are going to use the HTTP clients to send request and to receive receive the response from that server. Okay, so here I have a class to Java. Let's just keep it here for a second. Basically these are all the functions that we're going to be using. So this is my first JSP page, Salesforce connection. Before telling you how to start with this application, let me tell you something about Salesforce itself. So you got to understand that Salesforce is one thing, Java is another thing. If you want to connect Java with Salesforce, you need a bridge that connects one side Java and one side Salesforce. You're getting my point? So basically you need something that can act as a bridge between these two things. For that you need to develop a connected app. You go to setup, scroll down to create, and there you have the apps tab. Go over to apps, connected apps, new, and here by filling the information, give your API a name, your contact email if something ever goes wrong. You need to enable OAuth settings to use the REST API. In the callback URL, you can give your localhost /8080. Also, you need to give full access to your API, and that's about it. You click over here, save, and your app is created. Once you create your app, you'll see something like this. This page shall open. What we require from here is the consumer key, that's a big one, and the consumer secret that you can get from here. Okay, so once you have these, I'll show you how to move forward with that. Okay, so this is my first Salesforce connection.jsp. Let's just run it. Okay, so now that that is done, we see that I've not done any decoration on the UI or something. I've made a very basic one for this video. This is my login page. You write, you put in your Salesforce username and your Salesforce password over here, and click on login. Okay, let's just keep this aside for a second. So let's see what it exactly does over here. This is basic. This is the percentage text to include Java in my JSP, and this is my form, the bootstrap form. Okay, so now we see there's a username and a text. There's another password and a test for it, and there's a login button, and the type is submit. Okay, and the form action is post. So basically you won't see anything coming over on this. So basically what happens is when you click on the login button, this over here, I created a string that gets a user parameter from that URL, and another string password that will get the parameter of password. Okay, so when the user is not null, that means that whenever you input something, the username text, this function will be called. This function basically the control will be in this if block. So it creates a toConnect.username. Now toConnect is my Java file that I've created over here. Okay, there's a username that is empty, there's a password that is empty. Basically I'm sending my username and password from here, getting the password from the URL, passing it to string, and then setting the variables in toString.java. What else do we need? We need a login URL, we need a grant service, we need a client ID. The client ID is same as the consumer client ID that I showed you in a connected app, and the client secret is same from there. Okay, so when you click on this, you send your username and your password, and then you call this method get connected. It's a static method, so we don't need to create any instance of this class. We can directly call the methods from the class name itself. Let's see where the method is. It's here, to get connected. Okay, so we create a URL, we concatenate all these things from above, and we post the HTTP request. Okay, and then we get the status code from the HTTP client, and if it is okay, then we let the user log in, and we get over here, we get the token and your session ID from REST API. Okay, so once you have connected, see if you see the result, it has been connected, it will send to your page that is index.jsp. Otherwise it will send you to the error.jsp. Error.jsp is nothing but it's an empty page that I've created for myself only. So let's see what it does when it goes to index.jsp. This basically, as you can see over here, is my index.jsp. There are 3 links to go. You can create an account, you can create a lead, or you can create a contact from here in your Salesforce account. I'll show you. First of all, let's see what all accounts do we have over here. So we have over here 2 accounts, hello and Harnoor Singh. Okay. Let's go over to account. Let's see what happens basically over here is when I click on account, this thing happens. When I click on this account is my basically the button name. .click function, this is jQuery. Window.location account.jsp. So basically it transfers the control to another JSP page, that is account.jsp, which is this page. This is the form that I'll show you in a moment. This is this form, create update. See, it has the same the same text fields and data that you're gonna put from here if you click on new. Okay, let's just put something over here. Let's see, we'll put the account name as hello world. Phone number, let's just put something random. Okay, parent account is not functional right now. We'll put the fax number, simple. Account number, let's just put a big one. Website, this actually is my another website that I'm working on. So account site, basically any name of place or something. Ticker symbol, I don't know, ABC. Type, let's say customer direct, ownership, public, industry, engineering, number of employees, let's say 100, annual revenue, let's say 5,000, SIC code, let's say 456. Billing information, let's just say street 1, city 1, state 1, code 1, and country 1. So basically I'll copy to all over here to the shipping address. Customer priority high, SLA, let's say platinum. SLA expiration, let's say whatever the date today is. Number of location, let's say 50. So maybe active, yes. Rating, what? Description, basically something. Okay, let's just click on create account and see what happens. Okay, this basically is the JSON that I'm sending, and okay, so here is my message that says successfully inserted. Okay, let's just see over here. So here you can see this is my new account, hello world. Okay, all the details that I have filled in from this UI has come over to this. Okay, let's just see how this all worked. Okay, this is my UI up till over something over here, I guess. Something description. Okay, I found it. Okay, till here is my UI. This, you can see, as a form ends. This is simple UI built in HTML. Okay, so what happens is whenever you send information from that UI, from the URL I get all those parameters and make a JSON object to send it to the Salesforce. First of all, I'll see what button has been clicked. I've created 3 buttons: the create button, update, and delete. I'll show you where are they. This is the create button, this is the update button, and the delete button is from this UI. Simple. Okay, so first of all, why I do need to create these? Because I want to know which button has been clicked. So I've got the string parameters from these buttons. Then I've created a JSON that matches the key pairs with their values from this UI. Everything you put in here is basically sent into a JSON. I'll show you something like this. The site is Bathinda, ownership is public, billing city 1, like this. Everything is translated into a JSON and sent over to the Salesforce. Okay, let's see what happens in this if block. When you click on create button, basically the string parameter is not null right now, so this enters into the if block. Another JSON object is created with status 0, message not inserted, and the results key. This is another JSON object that I created over here. This, the account, you can see over here. Okay, so what I basically want to do is, whenever I send in information from here to Salesforce, I want to not every time see the results, what has been input. I want to just check in from the status message. Okay, so status, first of all, 0. It means that nothing has been inserted right now. Then the tag is which function has been called, of which class. So it says over here create account has been called. Okay, let's see where the create account button is here. The function, sorry. Okay, I can see over here this is create an account. Okay, it receives input of a JSON parameter, JSON object parameter, and it also returns a JSON object. We can also see from this we're getting the answer and calling and sending in the JSON as parameter, and we're inputting the answer. Basically what you see over here is this JSON object ANS that doesn't have status 0 right now, mind it, and the message is not inserted. See over here, the message is successfully inserted and the status is right now 1. That means it has been inserted. We just checked over here. So what did exactly happen in this function? Let's see. Okay, so we made a base URI that was made from your login credentials, your client ID and all, and also concatenating the access token and the session ID that was given to you from REST API. So, and we now go to the accounts tab from the URL itself. Okay, so this is for to see over here what I wanted to insert. Okay, so we create this HTTP client, we send in the data from here, JSON.get object results from this is the key, the results key that we put from here. You see, results account. Okay, so next thing that we do is we post a request. Okay, make this request, we post whatever the URI we created, and then we get the status code. If the status code is 1, it means that it has been successfully inserted. So now it changed my JSON key values. Status goes to 1 and message goes to successfully inserted. And if it doesn't, the status code is not 201, then the message goes to insertion and successful. The status code return is whatever the status code will be. And I've got all the exceptions that might occur, and then I have returned this JSON. This returned JSON has been caught over here and simply out.println. Okay, so this is how you can insert an account from your Java to Salesforce. If you want to delete an account, there are 2 things you need to know: the account name and the phone number. Okay, I don't remember what exactly was it. The account name was Hello World and phone number is okay. I'll see. Let's to make it more clear, let's just show you over here. Okay, now you see 3 accounts: Hello World, Hello and Harnoor Singh. I'll just put in over here the data. Hello World, phone number was 123 5 6 7 8 9. Now click on delete account. Okay, now you can see the message is successfully deleted. Status is 1. Let's see. Okay, you can clearly see over here that Hello World has gone. So how did this happen? Let's see. This is my account.jsp. Okay, this is my UI to delete this account. Delete existing account. First of all, the account information, the the account name, the phone number, and then I have a submit button that says delete account. Okay, the delete button whose value we have got in the starting of this JSP over here, this one. Okay, so this is how the control knows that delete button has been clicked. So what happens when you click this delete button over here? See, first of all, you need to understand, whenever you want to delete an account from Salesforce, you need to have its you need to have its ID that is provided by the Salesforce itself. So you need, first of all, you need to retrieve this ID of this account. So whatever you put in that account name, that parameter has been converted into string, and whatever you put it into phone, that parameter has been converted into string, namely phone. And now this line is important, because if you have spaces in your account name, the URL will give you error that it could not find the account. You need to replace all your spaces in the account name with a %20 sign. Okay, so after replacing this, we see that we are going to toConnect.get account ID, and we are passing in the account name and the phone number. Let's see, toAccount.get account ID. Let's see over here. This is to delete over here, to get ID of a particular account. So it returns a string that basically is the ID. It returns, it takes in parameter of the name, the account name, and the account phone number. Okay, so here we are creating this query. The base URI is exactly same as the previous one, except that in that we were going to /s_accounts. Now we are just concatenating the query. Okay, the query is select ID from account where name is this parameter and the phone number is this parameter that we're passing, and these both are coming from the UI that we created, and then going into the URL, and then we are doing request.get parameter. Okay, then we made the request, and then we process the request about what has been returned to the status code. Okay, now over here we see that if status code is 200, it means that it has found this account. Okay, we create a JSON object. Okay, to get this is for if there are multiple accounts. You can make multiple accounts also in Salesforce. So if you get multiple accounts, we need a JSON array to insert all those accounts, which exactly what has been done over here. We created a for loop and put in all the records with the matching phone number and the account name. Okay, so here we have returned account ID.toString. If this doesn't happen, we have caught the exception, JSON exception. That means it failed to create a JSON, and if it's not, there has been some error and other exceptions, and in the end, if nothing over here happens, we have returned not found. That means the ID could not be located. So coming back to this, so basically if you found your account, you're gonna get the ID, string ID from this function. Okay, so now we have got the ID. We need to simply delete that account. We're simply calling the delete functions, creating a JSON object, status again 0, message is not deleted. This is the initial message that we're putting into the JSON for us only, and in the results key we're sending the ID of the account which we want to delete, and then we're calling the delete accounts function in toConnect.java. Okay, let's see where this is. The delete function, I found it somewhere over above. Okay, here it is. Now since this delete function is not in standard HTTP, there's no standard library, we need to create this function. Okay, so now the base URI, we are creating a URI. The base URI is same from above, the access token and the session ID. Again s_object/account, and now we are sending in the ID JSON.getString results. Okay, this is we saw over here that this over here is basically the ID of the account. Okay, so again posting our request. See over here we are making the request to delete, and then we've got to process our response. Again getting the status code over here. If the status code is 204, it means that it was able to locate this ID, it was able to delete this account. So now we got to change our key values. So the status now becomes 1 and the message changes to successfully deleted. If by chance this status code is not returned, it means that deletion was not successful. So the message over here is account delete not successful and the status code is returned. Okay, otherwise, and you gotta catch all the exception that can occur, and then you gotta return the JSON. JSON is basically this object. Okay, so here we can see how we have called this function. We've created the JSON object answer, call this function and send in the delete JSON as parameter. This delete JSON is this JSON object. Okay, and now we have print out we've got out.println our answer. Basically this thing you see is all your answer object. So similarly you can also go for leads, go for contacts, and similarly go for opportunities. I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you.